Hey you guys, so let's see what message Spirit has for you at this time. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting is that you have been, for a long time, connected to a very established, serious situation. This feels really serious. I feel there's a lot of rules and regulations you've had to follow. I mean, for some of you, this could be a marriage. For some of you, this could be that you've been working with a company for a long time, and it has a lot of do's and don'ts of how you must seem, what you must do. Possibly there's always some talk about you're an ambassador to the company, so you can't necessarily be yourself. But for some of you, this could be a marriage as well, or a long-term relationship, common law marriage, possibly, if it's not marriage itself. Yeah, like it shows up as there is this strict situation that you're connected to, and it looks like, from a financial standpoint, maybe there's been some type of gain. If it's a business, maybe there is some type of financial gain that made you stay connected to the situation for so long. But I really get that it started to seem like the abundance or the fruit in relation to the situation was not worth it. You know, it's like, yes, you're not worried about the financial aspect, but it's like you can't see yourself here for much longer. You want to move. You want to go very far. This Eight of Wands is a long distance travel or long distance understanding. And maybe it's not necessarily physical travel, but it just, your energy signature wants something that is way different from your current environment. And for those of you that this is a marriage, that's still the truth. You know, it just feels like this situation that you're in, whether marriage or in business understanding. And, you know, sometimes people can say, you know, how people say, I'm married to my work. So maybe for some of you, if it's not an actual marriage, maybe you've been married to your work environment for so long that that's, you know, that's been your partner in some sense. And it's not been an easy partner. It's not been an emotionally balanced partner for you, and you're ready to move away from it. Whichever situation it is for you, you are ready to be catapulted towards so much better, far away from this. You want your current situation, your current environment to be a distant memory, because it just isn't bearing the type of fruit that you wanted. It's not fulfilling. It's not the abundant understanding, at least on an emotional and mental level. Physically, it may seem good or look good, but it's just too rigid. You feel stifled, and it's causing a lot of depression for you. And it feels like every step that you continue to try to move forward is only heavier, is only more burdensome, and you can't take it. You're tired of it. You want something new. You want something lighter. You want something more fulfilling. Yeah. For some of you, I get this. I wish that I could get away from this environment or this energy and they not know me, disappear, and not be seen by them ever again. You don't want to be known by these energies. You're just done. It's just been too heavy and too difficult of a situation. Yeah, but I get that Spirit is saying that possibly there's some contractual understanding that makes it hard for you to just leave. So if it's a marriage, that makes sense. You know, you have a contractual obligation to this situation, and I mean, it could be that you also have finances tied up with this person too, as often happens in marriages. It's not just a situation where you can leave it easily. And so you're thinking about the complication of what you have to untie to leave this situation, and how hard it'll be, or how hard the person might make it for you to leave this situation. And for others of you, if it's in relation to a business understanding, it could be that you committed contractually to this environment for a certain amount of time, and you don't feel like you can just leave. Or if you do, then maybe there is an advance that you've taken that you have to give back, or there's some understanding of you having to have financially, from a financial standpoint, have less than you would if you just stayed and waited out the contract. But I mean, it feels like there could still be years on this contract, and you don't feel like you can take it. You feel like you're just done. Energetically, you can't give any more to this environment. You feel drained, you feel raw, you just feel like, I can give no more to this situation. I hate it here. I don't want to be here. And you can't force yourself. You can't force your soul to do any more to this environment, give any more to this environment. Let me see. Yeah. So you're trying to figure out, what do I do? For some of you, it could be that you're trying to secretly, you're trying to grow yourself somewhere else, set yourself up to be able to leave this environment. If it's a business understanding, maybe you're searching for other opportunities secretly. If it's in relation to a marriage, maybe you're trying to begin pulling your finances slowly back to yourself and a separate bank account that the person doesn't know about, or whatever the case may be. You're trying to find your way to navigate out of the situation, but it seems slow going, and you just are ready. You're ready to leave. Let me see. Okay. So I really get that Spirit is saying that there is some really big information that's coming in to help assist you in moving things along further. Now, if this is in relation to a marriage, I get that possibly you're finally having clarity on, you don't necessarily need to leave this environment and be on your own. There are other people that you can lean on in relation to you getting back on your feet versus staying in this environment or staying in this situation longer. But it really feels the same too, possibly for those who don't want to be in this current business environment. It shows up as your understanding that even though one road is that you stay here and you try to navigate through this situation and hold on to it from a financial standpoint, you're also realizing you can change your financial habits. You can change the way that you spend money. You can change the way that you are allotting your income to certain things. There's certain things that you can give up and not do, and that will help you be able to leave this situation faster. So it really shows up as there's clarity or an awakening coming in here. This also could be assistance as well. With a job environment, you may find an opportunity. This could be in relation to an opportunity coming your way that helps, but I do get some of this is about you having clarity about the fact that, yes, this might not be ideal. This might not be ideally what I want to do, but I do and can lean on family in some sense, or lean on friends in some sense in relation to your marriage situation where you're wanting to leave your current environment, and I'll be able to leave the situation sooner. And for the business understanding, it feels like Spirit is saying, yes, it may not be ideal, but there are certain things that are luxury for me, or they're a luxury understanding that I'm used to having or doing, and I can at this time step back from that and focus on moving towards what I want for myself, possibly getting rid of or selling certain things that they could be valuable in a sense to other people if you sold them, to be able to try to get your finances where you want them to be, to leave this work environment as well. So it just shows up as there is clarity coming to you pertaining to other options towards leaving the situation, and they may not be everything that you are wanting it to be. They may not be all the answers that you're wanting it to be, but it will get you where you want to quicker, and you'll be able to move more easily back towards the understanding that you want. It almost, in really, is some sense Spirit wanting you to step into that there is more than one way to go about this. And just because this one way seems like what your ego is saying is the way you must go, it doesn't necessarily mean that it is the right way, especially because this environment, whichever environment it is, it's taking a toll on you, and you feel just raw and just like you cannot take it anymore. It's important to listen to that understanding and listen to whatever divine or soul guidance is coming in, whatever that clarity is coming in for you in relation to how to best move forward, even if the best way to move forward for you at this time is not a situation that you altogether are liking, and it's not a bad understanding. It's just from a place of, I get pride or ego, to be honest. I don't get it being a sense of that this is a negative understanding. It's just that you may be used to a certain image or a certain understanding view that people may have of you, and you don't want that to be seen differently. So that's the understanding here. But at this time, it's important for you to put your soul understanding first, because this situation is not showing up as that it's going to get any easier. It shows up as it's only going to get more difficult for you to try to continue to carry on. Right now, we're just focused on you freeing yourself as soon as possible to be able to bring in that new energy for yourself, that new environment understanding, something that is less rigid, something that is less burdensome, and something that is more emotionally fulfilling. Okay. Let me see, is there any other message Spirit has for you? Spirit has for you at this time. Yes, Spirit, I do get again, Spirit saying that this is about allocating funds differently for many of you. You know, I was thinking about it from a different standpoint as far as the financial aspect. Possibly pulling back and letting go of certain things that are, you know, even if it's something that you're used to doing, that doesn't mean that it isn't a luxury for you at this time. And it's wanting you to get into the mindset of like, what can I do? What is a minimalist understanding that I can step into at this time to help me move forward towards everything that I want? What is that? And in this situation, whether it be in relation to work or marriage, it applies to both, because this minimalist understanding may also be what's necessary in a marriage for you that you're wanting to leave, for you to step back and release certain things from. How do you, what financial understandings do you need to let go of or are not necessary to be able to step away from the situation? You know, this is about you as much as possible saving more income, pulling in more funds. And the Spirit is saying that there are certain things that you may be taking action on at this time with your finances that are not necessary. And reallocating those funds to stay in your hand is going to help you get to where you want more quickly. Okay. I get, again, like I'm not really getting a sense that Spirit is saying that this is something that hasn't been on your radar or that you don't know. It shows up as that you are aware. However, there could be a sense of you feel afraid, or a sense of, you know, a prideful understanding here, egoic understanding, intimidation. You feel a little bit intimidated about going this road because you may be used to certain understandings. And Spirit is saying this will also, and Spirit is saying you are capable of weathering whatever is necessary to get to what you want. Understand that this is not about you standing in some long-term energy of not having or sitting in situational understanding that you don't want to be in. This is about you having like a holdover, or stepping into a situation that's a building block for where you want to go. That's it, you know? So maybe you're used to being in a certain energy or spending financially in a certain way. And it's not saying that you won't get back to that. But right now, this is about you reining things in so you can move toward what you want in a more timely manner, because your soul, your emotional, mental well-being cannot take your current environment anymore. So this is about saving you from that understanding, assisting you with that. But I don't get anything else in relation to this reading at this time, so I'm going to leave it here. I hope it resonates, and if it doesn't, I hope you find what does.